economic factor is really huge. You know, how many times can you miss work to go sit in court for 2 or 3 hours waiting for your lawyer to show up and then have your case reset? Every time you do that, it costs you money. You end up getting in trouble with your employer. It puts a tremendous amount of strain and stress on you. And Harris County is you know, for some reason they're addicted to making people appear in court when so many of these court appearances are meaningless. Instead of trusting the lawyers to try and resolve the case and then having those clients show up when it's time to either plead or set the case for a jury trial, we have this system where we purposely force people to come back to court every 2 weeks, every 4 weeks. That in and of itself is a tremendous burden for them. That pushes them into pleading. I'll give you another example. You know, coming back to immigration, I have a DWI I was set for trial this week. My client's illegal. It's a really shoddy investigation. It was in Pasadena. The police officers pulled my client over for going into the other lane. They pulled him over. They talked to him for a little bit. They have a video of that. There's no audio to it. I assume that they talked to him in Spanish, but then the DWI police officer showed up. He didn't speak any Spanish. He gave my client one test, the horizontal gaze nystagmus test, and then couldn't give him any other tests because he didn't speak Spanish. Threw him down, took him to the station, and real quickly gave him the breath test. I don't think that they waited 15 minutes before giving him the breath test, so I think that there's an issue in terms of admitting the breath test. And I think they've got real problems with that case. He's illegal, and I've tried to push for it to get dismissed, but the judge, doesn't want to spend 2 days with a translator, so the judge is offering him time served. So this guy's illegal. If he ends up accepting a deal, he's going to end up, if he ends up taking a trial, if he loses, he'll probably get probation for a year. But then while he's on probation, there's a risk that immigration could come to one of his probation meetings and grab him.
Sure.
So that's a pressure. So what do? Do you take the fine and just walk away paying a couple $100s and have a DWI conviction? Or do you take the risk of having a jury trial where you might win, but if you lose, you might get probation, and even though you got probation, you might get deported?